Hi everyone, I want to show you how I did this metallic watercolour on black. This is something I saw online recently and I thought I had to have a go as usual. And so for this you will need black card, and then you'll also need white heat embossing powder, a stamp that's quite clear, it's not too fussy, and also some sort of pearlescent or metallic watercolour paints. Now I have got this set which I bought online on Amazon a while ago. It wasn't very expensive, and it's got quite a nice range of pearlescent paints. I've also got these little Illuminate pots, I don't know if you can see them very well, in different colours as well, just a few different colours. So what you need to do is you need to start with, so we're going to do a card today, and I'm going to do it with this stamp because it's nice and clear, because you don't want a fussy stamp. If you choose a fussy stamp, it's going to be very difficult to colour it in well. So you want something that's a bit, simple. So we're going to use that one. I've already got some black card, and I've deliberately cut it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut it out afterwards, and then we can put it on a card. So anyway, I'm going to just stamp this up first. So I'm going to bring the stamping tool in. And before I do this, I'm just going to put a bit of water into the colours I want to use on here, so they can be sitting while I'm doing my stamping and heat embossing, and then hopefully it'll sort of activate them. So I want to use this blue in the corner here, probably that one, this one, and the yellow. So I'm going to leave those to sit. And I also want to use this white and this bashful blue, cyan white and bashful blue. So I'll do the same with these. Let's leave that in there to sit for a bit. And the same with this one. There we go. So I'm just going to leave those to sit. Right. So now we can get on with our stamping. So I'm just going to lay this on. Put this on the top. Okay, just going to close the positioner. If you haven't got a stamping platform, that's fine, you don't need one. I just find it's useful because if I make a mistake, then I can just stamp again. If it's not, don't ink it enough. You can use either clear ink or you can use white ink. I'm using this ink, white ink, because it's very juicy, and I find it, I just wanted a bit of a, really white ink. Right, so I'm going to be using the Wow Opaque Bright White Super Fine embossing powder, and you do want to use one that is super fine. It's just better for detail. So I'm going to go over my card with an anti-static tool. If you haven't got an anti-static tool, you can just use a bit of talcum powder on a makeup pad, that will do fine. So now we're going to ink up our stamp. Ready? There we go. And then we spread the white heat embossing powder over the top. There we go. So that's ready to be heated. So I'm going to go away now and heat this and come back to you. Okay, so there we go. I've heat embossed it, as you can see. Just heated it up with the heat gun, and now it's all heat embossed. You have to make sure that you do all of it. Don't end up with a bit that you haven't heat embossed that's a bit grainy. You need to make sure you've done the whole thing. Okay, so now what we need to do, put our ink pad and everything away. And if I were you, I'd get out a messy mat to work on. So here's my messy mat. Right, so there we are, we've got the messy mat. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our paints in. I know you can't really see them, but I'll move this down a little bit. You can sort of see bits of them. And we're going to start painting. You're going to put a bit more water in each of these paints. Just to give them a bit more. There we go. Right, so now we're going to start painting the picture. I'm going to use white for the clouds. Right, so there you can see the finished piece. So I'm just going to let that dry, and then we're going to add it to the card. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I've also found on this same stamp set there's a whale's tail, which I quite like, and there's a sentiment which I wanted to use. Have a whale of a time, it's your birthday. And so I thought that was quite fun. So I'm going to do the same with this one, but this time I'm going to use the black that is here, because there is also a black colour there, which is quite good, and there's also a silvery grey, so I'm going to go with the two. I could use I'm going to go with the black and the grey. I could go with blue, I suppose, but I'm going to go with black, and I'm going to go with a bit of silvery grey. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for him. Just going to leave that to dry as well. So I'm going to come back to you in a minute when both are dry, and then we're going to die cut out the circle. This is almost dry but not quite. But look at those amazing colours on there, and that's not even completely dry yet. Really nice, really shiny. So we're going to come back in a minute when all that is dry. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and die cut out our circle. Okay, so there's our little scene cut out. So next what I want to do is take I'm using a square card blank. This is a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card blank, and we want to cut down a piece of card. I've gone for black just because I've got the black outline there. So we're going to go ahead and stick that down. Right, now I found some paper that I've been given, which I thought was perfect for this, for backing. So that's going to go at the back, and then we're going to put the scene in the middle, and then we're going to stamp our greeting top and bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. Right, so before I stick this down, I need to cut my whale's tail out. Here we go. Now, I don't really want to just plonk it on, so what I thought might be quite nice is if I make an incision in the waves and have him sticking out. So I think we're going to make a little incision just in that wave there. There we go. And I'm going to leave it loose. Just going to attach it on the back so it doesn't go anywhere. but then I'm going to leave it sticking out like a tail would. So I'm just going to go ahead and fix that on the back. So now all we need to do is stick this down onto our card front. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down for the moment. And then because I'm going to stamp that greeting, I'm just going to use my stamp positioning platform. So that I can hold this into place, because I'd like to raise this up on pads really. So I'm just going to put that there. And then we're going to get the greeting. It's a new stamp, so it's quite difficult to get off. So, have a whale of a time. Stick that into place. There you go, and there's the finished card. As you can see, this is loose, just to give it a bit of interest. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.